Still think that you need a lot of skill to defeat Elden Ring DLC or even basic Elden Ring game? Let me prove you wrong and show you insanely ridiculous build. This Elden Ring build is completely ridiculous, and the coolest part, you can start from scratch. Our starting class will be Vagabond, and I will show you how to get this build right from the get-go. So just open the door and I'll meet you in the... So, you're in the Limgrave and you're ready to become insanely overpowered. I really recommend to start out with one of my build starting roads, you will find link in the description. And I guess it's pretty obvious, the first thing we need to get is our weapons, so let's do it. Basically you want to visit two places. First one is Fort Farad in Kaelid. And here you need to take really easy road, just go inside and make sure you instantly rush forward. Just run and go straight to these stairs and take your way upstairs. After getting up there will be a chest with Dectus Medallion part. And this will be a right part of Dectus Medallion. Then go back to Limgrave to Fort Height West. On the top of this fort there is another part of Dectus Medallion, so all you need to do is to just turn right from the site of grace and basically get yourself up to this fort. It's pretty protected fort and you need to be careful, but you can basically avoid all enemies, be careful, go inside, you will be dropped down from your horse and then get upstairs. There's a bunch of guys who shoot and fire at you, so be careful when you're walking near these barrels. But technically you will be completely safe and you won't have any troubles getting over here and taking another stairs up. So, upstairs there is a chest with another part of Dectus Medallion. And these two parts of Dectus Medallion will give you basically a key for elevator. You need to travel through Liurnia of Lakes and you will get yourself right over here to the Grand Lift of Dectus. That's where you can finally do activation of this lift by using Dectus Medallion, of course. Just go to the circle and use this. Coolest part is that basically we don't need to fight anyone until this stage, and basically we will get our weapon without fighting totally. So that's insanely good in my opinion, because you can go assemble your build and start playing. The location we are right now called Altus Plateau, and here basically we want to go to the main road. By following main road you will find map over here and then you just need to take your way up. Basically you're looking for some drop spots to go over here in a ravine, and near Mirage Rise you will find jumping spot. You will jump over here and then instantly turn to the left side, you will find a bridge, and when you cross it, it will be Bridge of Iniquity, Site of Grace. That's how this bridge looks like, it's really easy to find. And you won't have a lot of troubles finding this jumping spot near the rising tower. It's basically really easy to find and follow. What we're looking here is basically the main road over here, and on this main road there will be a big caravan with guys protecting it. That's what we need. So we can't defeat these guys right now, we are level 5 or level 9, we're basically initial character, but we can just jump over here and steal the weapon from caravan. It's called Great Stars. This weapon will require you 22 strength and 12 dexterity to wear it. Even by using the Dragon's Seal, we won't have enough stars by starting out, but still, takes just 15 minutes to get to level 50. If you don't know how, just watch my leveling guide, link in the description as always, but for now, let's make early game leveling. So, while we need 22 strength, initially we don't need all of this because we can play with Dragon's Seal, but still, eventually you want to have at least 22 strength just to wear this mace. Then of course we want more vigor, and for early mid-game at levels below 50 I like to have at least 30 vigor. This will give us 1k HP, which is more than enough. And also for this build you want to have more load, so I would start with at least 15 in endurance. Having more points in damaging abilities right now is a waste of points basically. And actually below level 50 I recommend just getting more vigor and eventually even more endurance for more cube load. So this will be my build for level 50. So why do we need such high cube load with such high endurance? Well, we don't have enough items. we will fix it really soon. So first of all, this Great Stars is actually great weapon. It looks cool, and also it got pretty fun, like Ash of War instantly. You will have some protection, and I like animations. You know, attack speed is great. You can inflict like blood loss with this. It's pretty fun. It's nice snappy attacks. And the first thing you want to do to increase your damage is to upgrade your Great Stars. It will do and give you more damage than just leveling your strength. That's why getting more smithing stones is the best idea initially. Charge attack is really nice and destroying, while basic attacks will just push enemies, destroy their blocking potential, and you will eventually destroy everyone. I recommend going to War Master Shock and speaking nicely with this War Master. He is a really nice dude, but we want to destroy him. We don't want to talk with him actually, and that's basically really not a hard target to deal with. And that's one of the reasons why we want high equip load. Because he will drop the best armor set in the game, almost one of the best armor sets. And we won't be able even to equip it fully, so yeah, you will need to change your helmet. And that's basically our initial build. What Ashes of War we can use, because, you know, basic Ashes of War is pretty, like, boring. Near the Stormhill Shack over here, you will find a Scarab. Here, this little boy. Let's ask him kindly to give us wild strikes. But we don't want just basic wild strikes. We want to change affinity on it. To change affinity, you need the correct wet blade stone. And it's early in the game and really easy to get to gain this cold affinity on your weapon. You will see on the screen right now how to get it. And basically it will not only give you blood loss buildup, but also will increase frost buildup, which is insane parameter. It will also add intelligence scaling to your weapon, and we won't lose on damage. Yeah, damage will be even higher right now. So what is Wild Strikes? It's basically making you spin your weapon like that, and that's insane. We don't need any special stuff in Baldur's physics, so I'm just running with stuff that we can find insanely early in the game. It's Green Spill Crystal tier and Spiked Cracket tier. And that's basically how our weapon will perform without any buffs or weird stuff. Against pretty like early game bosses, we can just start spinning, and basically you will see how blood loss and the cold will occur. We're not taking a lot of damage, and that's completely brainless, like destroying machine. That's actually ridiculous how powerful this build is right now, but we will break it even harder in a few seconds. So you may think about going into Impossible Great Bridge. That's Site of Grace in Kalit, and here we can find another Scarab with another Ash of War. It's really easy to get over here. Basically we need to run on this like big mountain, and we will instantly hear this bro. Here is this little friend, and give me my favorite Ash of War Crack Blade. By going over here in Limgrave, we will find Guy on a horse and get Ash of War Golden Vow, which we can use to buff ourselves pretty nicely. But actually we can go in Kalit to Heart of Ionia. It will be near the Celia Understair. Make sure to ride the horse on the swamp, but here we will find a boss basically. That's what we are looking for. We're looking for the big boss in this location, and there he is. So I see this bro right now. We just go, we jump from horse, and let's just engage him. The secret that we activate in blood loss and cold build up, and basically he losing 20% of health instantly while we destroying this bro in a few seconds. So that's basically how this stuff works. And that's why I don't need this golden vow right now, because we get Commander Standard, the best aura buff in the game. The coolest part about Great Stars is that when you land attacks, you slightly restore HP, so that's pretty nice stuff. I recommend you finding Claw Talisman in Stormwheel Castle to enhance jump attacks. From the Altus Plateau, where we were like few minutes ago, we can go top to the Airtree Gazing Hill and go over here. So basically by going down the road we will arrive into some cool place. Again, it's pretty much will be really hard for us right now for some of you at least, if you're not extremely good at avoiding enemy attacks and other stuff. But come on, if you want this broken build, completely broken stuff, you don't want to avoid all enemies' attacks, you just want to chill and spin your flail. Yeah, I guess so. So what we want to do, we want to go here on the river, and when we are in the river location, we want to turn right, and you will see a bunch of flower guys over here. So basically just go and cross this lake. And we are looking for a secret cave. It will be in this far away dark corner basically. So it's like easy to find if you know where to look. And it's really like hidden cave. So it's called Sage Cave. Definitely touch Site of Grace over here, and then let's go in. You will instantly find a wall, and you will understand it's illusory wall when you attack it. So that's like main secret of this cave. There's a bunch of illusory walls over here and bunch of skeletons. Be careful and just try to avoid them as best you can. There's again bunch of illusory walls. You won't stack a lot. There's a bunch of chests with nice treasures, and you actually can just go and, you know, die between attempts pretty easily. By the way, this skeleton is not that scary. I thought he's like a lot more powerful. No, he's not. So here's a lot of dudes over here, but we just going forward, and right near the boss room there's a secret wall. And there's a bunch of walls everywhere with some chests, stone sword keys, and nice reward. So basically there's a bunch of cool stuff in this dungeon, definitely. Dragonwood grease, raptor talons. When you see this big waterfall, there's jump to the left, and then there's a split. We can go over here, and there's another wall, obviously, with two secret chests. And that's the chest we're looking for. Raptors, black feathers, and skeletal mask. And yeah, there's the wall to the boss, by the way. Mask looking pretty cool. But the actual piece of equipment we was looking for is raptor black feathers. And here is the crack blade. We're basically dumping our ornament in the ground, and we got this bonus damage right now. So the boss, Black Knife Assassin. There's a bunch of them, but this one is like one of the most crazy among them all. He's invisible. That's why you want to charge attack sometime, or better go with like wild strikes at him. Still, if you see him at least once, you can just do some jumping attacks, and it's easy to track him when he's on the river, basically. Still, we don't need to kill him. He is pretty boring boss in my opinion. But where we want to go right now is to White Blood Ruins over here, to this exact spot. So, before going over there, make sure to get back to the Fort Height West and talk with Nomadic Merchant over here. Because right now we will basically finish our mid-late game-ish build. So, he's selling a bunch of Fistering Bloody Fingers, and that's what we want to buy. They cost 5k each, so they're pretty costly, but definitely get them. And now let's get to this White Blood Ruins. You can get here from Breach of Iniquity, Site of Grace, or there's another one on top, Road of Iniquity. So I'm drinking Baldurs Physique, and basically in this place there is red stones. You can use it and use Bloody Finger. This will make us invade this dude, Magnus the Beast Claw. And basically we want to just destroy him. Yeah, we definitely want to destroy him. As you can see, he is using like the exact same weapon we are using. And you need to be careful, like really careful. And that's why we're using and buying 5 fingers. The main idea is that our Black Feather armor will give us very nice stuff, and it's basically additional damage when we're doing jumping attacks. And that's what we want to do. We want to jump and hit this bro. That's already like 600 damage. That's the cold stuff. He will take additional damage, and just be careful. Oh my god. Yeah, bro, you're cooked. So, he's done. You will need few attempts, probably. But coolest part, basically you get some nice drops from him. But also he dropped in 1 more great stars. And some Smithing Stone 6. And again, you can make it pretty early in the game. What we will have now? You definitely want to upgrade 2nd great stars, of course, and infuse it with Ash of War. It could be basically any Ash of War, you just need to make sure it's cold affinity. But I really like this Chilling Mist Ash of War. It will coat ornament in frost and then slash. Ornament will retain its frost for a while, so it will increase our, I don't know, like ice fart or whatever it is, and enemies when standing in this ice place, they will basically take ice, not damage, but it will accumulate a lot of ice each second. So as you can see, ice triggers instantly. You will definitely be heavy load right now, and you get two options. You can fight it with stuff like Great Jar Arsenal that will increase your maximum cube load, but you definitely will want to like change your armors anyway. Or you can get some talismans that will basically increase your physical protection and other stuff like this. So you won't be able to like roll, but you don't need to roll. It's better to run and jump actually. And before I will show you complete mid-game, late-game-ish build, of course we need right levels. So let's do it. Near the end of the game or like mid-game, you want this bull goat set already, and you don't need to use full bull goat set. Of course we can use this feather armor on top, and we will use basically one of the best armor pieces in the game. It will be gloves, boots and our helmet. So if you rank with this setup, you want to have blue feathered branch sword, raises defense when HP is low, pretty nice stuff. Also, since we're triggering a lot of blood loss to increase our damage, Lords of Blood Exaltation is a nice talisman. I like to have more protection since we can't roll a lot, so we got some protection from physical damage at least. Or if you're fighting fire enemies, go with fire, like dragon shields, whatever. And Claw Talisman as main damage source, of course, because we will do a lot of jumping attacks. With Bull Goat set basically, and Raptor Black Feather armor. This will put us at 79.2 a cube load, and to have medium load at the stats you will need 56 endurance. Definitely you don't want to spend 37 levels for this endurance. So let's just wait 13 levels to have this 32 endurance total. Vigor above 40 is not a big deal in DLC. Vigor about 40 is not a big deal. You won't get enough like bonuses from additional 10 levels, like plus 300 more health is a nice stuff, but you will be okay with just 40 vigor for now. What you want to do, you want to increase your damage. And while our weapons definitely scaling with strength really greatly, you will see it's like plus 3 damage per strength. At the same time, it will be pretty nice boost from dexterity. As you can see, with just like 1 point of dexterity, it's plus 2 damage to ornament, and at 15 it's plus 3. But funnily enough, since we are using cold damage, we're scaling with intelligence, and it's also giving us plus 3, and basically that's crazy how much our weapons can scale. I would suggest going with 14 dexterity, with 24 strength, and then pump up intelligence to around 30 points. That's where we will start to get around like 2 and 1 points of damage increase. And basically we will start to increase damage by upping a little bit of dexterity and also strength. Strength is the main like and coolest one right now. So it will be 30, 20, 30. From this point, focus on strength more, and basically that's our level 100 build. Definitely you want to change your Wander's physique right now, and it should be Apaline Heart tier for more damage negotiation. And instead of increasing our charge attacks, we won't use them anymore. I really like to have Stone Barb Cracked tier. It will make breaking enemy poise a lot easier, and Crack Blade doing basically the same. So what you want to do to start the battle? Basically you're casting your Commander Standard first, that's the longest buff. Then you can drink your Wander's Physique, and then change your weapons, equip second weapon in Bull's hands and use Crack Blade. Then basically switch right weapon and you're ready to go. So it will be Chilling Mist, and we definitely want to come a little bit close sometime, but don't go too close, it will create this like ice fart. Again, he will come in ice by himself, and all we need to do is to just jump and attack. So that's basically it. And we attack with L1, that's the main like secret. We're attacking with both weapons at the same time, and that's like insanely powerful stuff. This combination of jumping and then continuing attacking is just crazy. One of the weapons doing insane build-up of frost, both weapons in building up bleed, and one of the weapons basically can make enemies stagger really easy. So that's how you'd like destroy enemies. Just jump, run, jump, run. The question is always the same. Is this build enough to take us to DLC area of Shadow of the Airship? Definitely it's more than enough to destroy the full Elden Ring, and it's just ridiculously overpowered. But here how we can make it even better. So it will be any body buff that we never used. It can be Blood Boil Aromatic for more damage, but we will take more damage, Iron Jar Aromatic for more protection, or just basic boiled crab, because with Iron Jar Aromatic it's actually hard to get, and also you will move a lot slower. And definitely Mimic Tear will help us. So let's buff ourselves, make our weapons more powerful, drink Wondrous Physique, and this time let's use damage buff. So here is the Mohg win, and this guy is really strong dude, but what can we do when we're fighting this big fella? Let's go, let's make our Mimic Tear take the first hit, and then we will start doing our stuff. Basically jumping and doing double attacks. Oh yeah, I need to not forget doing this ice stuff. It will make him take a lot more damage, and he should stagger just in few seconds probably. That's definitely more than enough. He is done. Definitely more than enough. This build is just crazy. You know, 2 bonk sticks that doing crazy amount of stagger and basic damage. To get ourselves right into DLC area of Shadow of the Airship. And here's the question, can we make this build even better? Definitely we can use Scadutree Blessings with Scadutree Fragments, and this will make our character a lot more powerful in terms of defense and also in terms of damage done. Funniest part that while in DLC there is a bunch of weapons and armors that you can get really early in the game that will increase your damage potential, but only if you're using right and correct buffs. So it's some poison stuff on yourself and poison amulet, talisman that will give you more damage when you're poisoned, and basically by rolling through the buffs you can increase your damage pretty dramatically, but I hate this stuff. I like some stable builds that you can just go and roll with. That's why basically one of the first bosses in DLC, this guy with a crossbow, is pretty wild dude sometime, but come on, he is not that crazy when you just go and jump at him, you know? 2.3k damage, wow, that's why everyone hates him, yeah. So you may think this build is not working in DLC, but no, definitely you want to level up a little bit. Yeah, while level 100 is okay to go into DLC, you want to have around 55 vigor at least, 60 is a nice sweet spot, but I would go with around 55 and then I would rack up my endurance to around 50 points, so therefore we will be able to get medium load. And again, we haven't even touched our strength, dexterity and intelligence, and you definitely want to make these stats a lot higher to inflict more damage. So for level 150 I would go with stats like this, and then just focus on best damaging stats. So intelligence scaling will dry up after 50 points, so don't go over 50. Strength will be nice at 80 points. And same with dexterity. So that's pretty insanely high level build that you can go and aim for. Definitely for better gameplay I suggest keeping medium load, but you will be okay even with high load. And again, that's in how we're doing it in the late game. So we're doing Aura buff with Rolling Standard, followed by Wondrous Physique, and then we're using body buff, it's Blood Boil Aromatic or any other stuff, equipping our left hand ornament in the both hands using Crack Blade and switching it to another ornament. We can drink a potion, we can do this Ice Mist even before the fight in case you wish just to increase your cold build-up, and then we go and roll, and that's the damage. That's how you basically destroy enemies in DLC area. Oh my goodness. By the way, this guy dropping one of the best sets in the game, so definitely take a look at it. It will give you a little bit less protection than Bull Goat set, but will be significantly more lighter. Another option that you can do right now, or even early in the game, if you don't like this dual wielding bonk stuff and bonk gameplay, just focus on better armor and just keep using wild strikes. Again, this weapon with cold affinity will have some insane scaling with all attributes. And you can even go into fight with heavy load, and I recommend going with Iron Jar Aromatic, so that's definitely the way to go. This will make you basically like steel guy, and you will have this like fat rolls, but you won't be even taking any damage. To have greater damage, especially with this playstyle in DLC, I recommend switching Stonebarb Cricketeer for Blood-Sucking Cricketeer. And that's basically how your fight will look like. We're doing basically Rolling Standard, followed by Wondrous Physique, entering the fight, Iron Jar Aromatic, and let's go. That's everything we need to do. Okay, come close, and now let's just start spinning our awesome mace. And that's completely brainless and insane playstyle you can go for. So, is there anyone who can do something versus us? Probably not at all. Look, I'm not even trying. That's completely broken and crazy playstyle you can go for. And that's why I like dual wielding, you know, at least I'm trying to play with while dual wielding. Here I'm not even playing, I'm just holding L2 button and destroying everyone. I hope you enjoyed this awesome Elden Ring build and you will have blast playing it in your playthrough. Make sure to have fun and watch other cool videos on the screen right now, and see you in the next videos.